What is happening in this parliament is completely unacceptable.
Esla Owusu-Ekofo, MP for Ablekuma West, from the NPP, sits defiantly on the laps of Minta Kando, NDC MP for Jaboso. As both sides,
you are all mature adults. What I'm talking about is still happening.
The Speaker Bagbin has absolutely no choice now to comply. Tell Ato and his followers to move back to where they originated onto our seat.
The Marshal Department, get ready.
Okay.
I'll be compelled to get a marshal to get people arrested and sent out.
A few moments later.
Marshal, take him out of the house. I will not entertain such disrespect.
Okay.
It lies in my mouth. You are saying, hey, Parliament is not a place for joking. It's a place for business, serious national business. The Parliament we are in has never been in Ghana, even Gold Coast. This is a different type of Parliament. We must be prepared to change, to accept the decision of the people and work together. You make me sick.
Mr. Speaker, with all due respect to your chair, these preliminary remarks you are making are prejudicial, and I believe that as representing the good people of Serbia also, it doesn't lie in your mouth to remind us of the things that you said. Thank you.
Will you shut up? Honorable Minister, this is not the Ministry of Communications. This is Parliament.
I'm very well aware of that, sir.
Resume your seat.
To become a member of Parliament, you have to be elected by the voter, and you have to be declared by the Electoral Commission. But you have to be sworn in by the Speaker.
I don't know your experience in reporting, but once a court has made a pronouncement.
Mr. Speaker, we have clearly shown that it is possible to reduce the NPP majority to Nkukwan Kete.
To restore the status quo. Don't say that I am saying. You, as a reporter, there has been 2 rulings confirming that. So don't continue to describe me as leader of MPP caucus. Is that okay? Don't tell the public that I am claiming and that you don't know what it is. Unless you don't know why you are doing court reporting.
I know why I'm doing court reporting.
No. So can you clarify?
There is no constitutional crisis in this country.
Okay.
The Parliament of Ghana is alive and working. Let nobody mislead, misinform, or disinform you and the country.
2 seconds earlier.
Mr. Speaker, you reserve the right to be there to make your point. Let me make my point too. Mr. Speaker, no way. Speaker, you said I allegedly said some bailiffs. Alleged bailiffs. No. Mr. Speaker, then clarify.
Please.
Mr. Speaker,
Listen to me.
Mr. Speaker, listen.
Honorable Majority Leader, I don't want to proceed to make some orders. Please, resume your seat. I'm very serious about that.
Mr. Speaker,
please resume your seat.
Minority Chief Whip, read the standing orders again.
Mr. Speaker, I have read what I want to read, and I've stopped where I want to stop.
Honorable member,
you listen to me, and when you hear me,
will you resume your seat?
You have to hear me first.
Will you resume your seat?
Mr. Speaker, you have to hear me first.
Will you resume your seat? Honorable Majority Leader.
Yes, I hear you, Mr. Speaker.
Your powers have not reached that.
Mr. Speaker, I agree with you.
Honorable Majority Leader.
Yes, Mr. Speaker.
Resume your seat.
I will.
Honorable Minister, this is not the Ministry of Communications. This is Parliament.
I'm very well aware of that, sir.
Resume your seat.
2 seconds earlier.
Honorable Minister, were you here from the very beginning?
My understanding is that...
Were you here from the very beginning?
No, I've been here since morning.
Please, can you... You've been here since morning?
I've been here since morning. I've been here from the very beginning. Today, I was here.
So why did you say
when
no?
The prayers were being
if you were
said.
here, why did you say no?
I have been here all morning. I had no idea what you meant by the very beginning. But I have been here. I was here before you entered the chamber. I was here for prayers. I have been here throughout.
Minister, do you really listen to yourself when you are talking?
Yes, I do. I weigh my words very carefully before I speak.
If you were here from the very beginning before we started, and I asked you, were you here from the very beginning? You said no. Then you continue. And now you are telling me you were here even before I entered.
Yes, Mr. Speaker, I've been
so
here
it meant that
before you
are not listening to yourself.
I had no idea what you meant by very beginning. I haven't been here this week. This is my first time I'm appearing in the House this week. I've been here since the beginning of proceedings today. And I do listen to myself very carefully and weigh my words carefully before I speak. You don't think so? You are entitled to your opinion. But I beg to differ.
Honorable Minister, resume your seat.
At the end of the day, the judgment of the court will set a lot of precedents. But don't forget, the law is that the Supreme Court can always differ from its earlier decision. That is a danger. So for a purpose, I can give a judgment and ruling to favor the situation. Tomorrow, I say, no, I disagree with that. And that is permitted by law. So when you tell me that, it means that the Supreme Court is supreme. And so when it orders, I must obey. When I know the same Supreme Court can disorder, you have to raise a question back. I'm a lawyer by profession. And the first time I appeared in the Supreme Court was 1983. 1983. That was my first case in the Supreme Court. I don't know whether those who are going there now were born, but it's okay. The last one is when I was young, I think when we were in the senior high, we were not calling it senior high, we were calling it secondary school. There was some song, it's too late to say that you are sorry. After you broken my heart. When I needed you to satisfy my soul. You turn your back and said,
now I think we should add singer to Mr. Speaker's because the skills keep adding as we go along. I said he was an old woman in an old man's skin. He refused, but... And so I think that you'd all agree with me that we've had a very fruitful good afternoon.
2 seconds earlier.
Honorable Majority Leader, I don't want to proceed to make some orders. Please, resume your seat.
Mr. Speaker.
Please, resume your seat.
The Speaker of Parliament, speaking for the first time in an interaction with journalists in Parliament, said it appears there is a collusion between the executive and the judiciary to weaken Parliament.
Both the president and the judiciary have sinned against the Constitution and must seek the opportunity to confess and repent to be forgiven.
2 seconds earlier.
Minority Chief Whip, read the standing orders again.
Mr. Speaker, I have read what I want to read, and I've stopped where I want to stop.
Honorable Member,
you listen to me, and when you hear me,
will you resume your seat?
You have to hear me first.
Will you resume your seat? Honorable Majority Leader.
Yes, I hear you, Mr. Speaker.
Your powers have not reached that.
Mr. Speaker, I agree with you.
Honorable Majority Leader.
Yes, Mr. Speaker.
Resume your seat.
I will.
Honorable Minister, this is not the Ministry of Communications. This is Parliament.
I'm very well aware of that, sir.
Resume your seat.
Okay. 1 eternity later.
With respect, for the past 12 years, I have accorded you every respect, and I'll continue to do that. Mr. Speaker, the facts you put out are not true. Mr. Speaker, these are credibility issues, so I will respond for the record. Mr. Speaker, somebody has told you something. Mr. Speaker, you reserve the right to be there to make your point. Let me make my point too. Mr. Speaker, no way. Mr. Speaker, whoever told you that I threw a paper at somebody, this has to do with my credibility. I will not allow hands.
Honorable Member, you don't listen at all.
Mr. Speaker, I do.
I never said
Mr.
you.
Speaker, you said
I never said you threw a paper at anybody.
Mr. Speaker.
I never said that.
That's exactly what you said. Let the answer check it. Mr. Speaker, that is what you said.
You are being carried away by your anger. You are not listening.
Mr. Speaker, I'm not angry.
Honorable Member.
Mr. Speaker, I'm not angry.
I said the court process was thrown on the table in the office. I never stated it was thrown by you at any person.
Mr. Speaker, you said I allegedly said some bailiffs. Alleged bailiffs.
No.
Mr. Speaker, then clarify.
Please.
Mr. Speaker, with respect,
Listen to me.
Mr. Speaker, I'm listening.
Honorable Majority Leader, I don't want to proceed to make some orders. Please, resume your seat. I'm very serious about that.
Mr. Speaker.
Please, resume your seat. Marshal, take him out of the house. I will not entertain such disrespect.
Okay.
It lies in my mouth.
2 seconds earlier.
And for the house to decide as to whether we will approve or disapprove those nominations. His Excellency clearly stated that he is constitutionally injuncted to do what he has done. And so it's now for you to also look at. Honorable Member, you want to speak? If you want, I will grant you the opportunity. Yes.
Mr. Speaker, with all due respect to your chair, these preliminary remarks you are making are prejudicial, and I believe that as representing the good people of Serbia also, it doesn't lie in your mouth to remind us of the things that you said. Thank you.